Why do we fear the uncanny valley?
Take a look at this image. How does it make you feel? Spooked,
Uh,
frightened, bewildered, maybe?
Honestly,
This is the uncanny. Okay, you all probably know what the uncanny valley
I don't know
is.
if I felt
But if
anything
you
from
don't,
that.
it's a
Okay, that
psychological
shit.
theory
Okay,
that
no.
explains the discomfort.
Dude, shit like, ooh, that gives me fucking chills. They're hot as hell. What are you talking about? I think I know why it is. Isn't it because before humans were like the only there used to be like another intelligent race of like ape, like Neanderthals, but we were just a little smarter, but they were stronger and buffer. So they looked almost like us, but then we got into like a fucking territorial war. Or not just territorial war, we literally fought to the death. Or did we become one? I don't know. How'd that work? I guarantee damn well there's still some Neanderthals. I might be part Neanderthal, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if I'm human. I think I'm just straight up a Neanderthal.
People feel towards something that looks almost human, but not quite. As shown in this graph, as something becomes more human-like in appearance, people respond more positively, until a certain point where we find it disturbing. This dip or valley in affinity is called the uncanny valley.
Before this goes any further, dude, when it comes to like robotics, because it's getting to a point where we're gonna be having like robots and shit. Already in downtown Dallas, we have robot food delivery drivers they have like a cute little smiley face on them, and that's cool. You know, that's chill. But the second they start trying to push for them to look like people with like fake skin and like real looking hair with like wigs and prosthetics like that, let's just not go that route. You know? I don't know if it's just me. I make it look like Star Wars droids or something like that. Make them cute little robot guys or cool little robot guys. Do not do it like I'm trying to make them look like people. Is that a hot take? The reason I don't do realistic modeling is because of the uncanny valley. I prefer to model stylized shit for sure.
Take for example dolls. At the midpoint of the graph, we might have something like this. You can tell that it's not human, it's cartoony and doesn't have super realistic features, but then we have something like this. Now me personally, I find this a little creepy. I don't know what it is, but
for sure,
there's something in those eyes, man. I don't like it. Now it does vary depending on the person. Obviously these toys sell, so not everyone finds these creepy. But there is a reason dolls are a big part of the horror genre. In this video, I'm not going to be focusing on what
I never really thought dolls were like in movies that creepy. Annabelle's pretty spooky, but like Chucky, dude, like Chucky's funny. Chucky's funny. Bride of Chucky, funny. Like that shit's silly. I would never be scared of Chucky though, at all.
The uncanny valley is, as I kind of just did that, and plenty of others have already covered it. Instead, I'll be exploring the different theories that try to explain why we fear the uncanny valley. What in our evolutionary past or psychology gives us this fear of things that look almost human?
Oh, that is creepy as fuck. I do not like that shit. The second we get replicants, shit will get insane immediately for sure. Chucky killed my stepdad. The hell are you talking about?
You'll have to stick around to find out as we dive into the mystery of the uncanny valley.
You're a beauty flower. Oh.
Fair warning, this video will contain imagery that people may find disturbing, so leave now if you don't like that. You know what? Actually, let me get this out of the way. Okay, that was the scariest one.
That was fucked up.
Anyway,
what the hell?
Theories.
Yes, I do, homie.
The theory of mate selection suggests that uncanny features make us feel...
Okay, but let's be real. I guarantee y'all are picking Jeff the Killer over this guy. I know there's freaks in my chat. Y'all freaks are picking Jeff the Killer over this guy 9 out of 10 times.
Uneasy because our brains are wired to avoid potential mates who show signs of low fertility, poor health, or weak immune systems. I can see how this could make sense. People have a natural reaction to others they would or wouldn't like to badoingle with. More attractive people are received more positively in our minds, and less attractive people not so much. I mean, look at modeling, movies, TV, even politics. A lot of it is cultural, sure, but our brains are wired to favor more attractive people. Though I don't really agree with this theory. For one,
there's no way
we can find people of a group we aren't attracted.
There could be ugly. There's ugly people in the world, sure. I'm not scared of someone. You'd have to be so fucking ugly to be scary looking, dude. I don't know if I've ever seen some. Actually, no, dude. There was this one lady me and my brother saw. She had like super orange tan skin. Her hair like orange skin, orange fucking skin. Like the thinnest hair. It was like bald in the middle, blonde coming out. Eyes like this wide, no fucking eyebrows. I was like, what the hell is going on, bro? Weirdest build I've ever seen. Not good.
We can see straight dudes bullying other straight dudes for being unattractive. Or I guess in the case of the Uncanny Valley, a straight girl can find Momo scary. And for another, I mean, come on.
Chat?
You really
Long
think
time
people
to
are
see for
scared of
sure,
these
homie.
things because they don't want to do the devil's tango with them? Speaking of the devil.
That's kind of a weird theory, bro. Religious/spiritual theory? What is this?
Many creatures from folklore and religious texts fall into the Uncanny Valley. Creatures like the Nephilim and the devil from the Christian Bible, the Golem in Jewish folklore, or the Wendigo from Algonquin cultures. All of these are human-like creatures with something unsettlingly off. The Nephilim and Golems, for instance, are giants, larger-than-life versions of human beings. The devil has the form of a man but with animalistic features, and the Wendigo, as described by Basil H. Johnston, has skeletal, emaciated features as if it were a hollow shell of a person. A common theme in these creatures is the idea of soullessness or a broken soul. The idea that they are human-like beings but distinctly lack the sort of thing that would make them truly alive or human. Kind of like how I feel when someone says Mosasaurus or Pterodactyl's a dinosaur, which they are not. But soullessness is also something we associate with robots or dolls. Human-like, but completely artificial entities. This theory, I like to call the religious theory, suggests that our fear of the uncanny comes from a deep-rooted fear of the soulless, demons, fallen angels, golems, beings that resemble us but lack what truly makes us human.
I don't think that's why, bro.
Though,
I don't think
just
that's
like
why.
the last theory,
Yasulos,
I'm not
it's the
totally
boy. Yo,
convinced.
welcome in, homie. How
it's
you
not
doing?
That I dismiss the theory because it's religious. Rather, I find it hard to believe that we fear something simply because it lacks a soul. After all, there's a lot more concrete evidence
I don't
backing
think
up
that's
other
why,
theories.
bro.
Still, it's an interesting perspective to consider as we explore other theories.
It's got to be like evolutionary.
Be convincing.
This goddamn video. Is that real, Cheyenne? Holy banger.
The predator theory suggests that there
the
used
chair
to
I'm
be
sitting on doesn't have a soup.
Preyed on
the chair I'm sitting on doesn't have a soup. What? Soul.
The predator theory suggests that there used to be human-like creatures that preyed on humans in the past.
Yeah, for sure.
Similar to the religious theory, a lot of people associate things like giants, demons, mythological creatures, and cryptids. This is different from the mimic theory, though, which I'll get into later, as that these are just creatures that look like humans and are not intentionally trying to mimic humans. The only evidence people really have.
Uncanny Valley works because it is almost close. Evolutionary, we like patterns, and if something is slightly off from the pattern, it gives us the ick. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. But why? Mating? But isn't the whole point of like evolution to diversify like your like try to spread out? Or do you, well, no, because people are attracted to people that look like them, kind of, right? Innately. Like you'll see a lot of couples end up like looking very similar, have some super similar features about them. Like, I don't know. There's some science shit. I'm not a fucking I didn't even finish college, bro. No clue, not a biologist guy.
To back up this theory though, it's saying something like,
Yo,
well,
boy,
so many
see?
cultures across the world have stories
Oh,
about humanoid
sigh.
creatures.
Oh, shit.
They gotta be
Hell
real,
yeah,
right?
dude.
I hate that opinion. We have stories about humanoid creatures today.
No worries,
A
Cheyenne.
bunch of them. Take the rake, for example. There are people who believe this creature exists despite obvious proof of it originating on the internet.
Bro,
on
the rake's
4chan,
real.
Or Slenderman. Two girls stabbed their...
Bro, Slenderman's real, bro. Don't give me this slander. Okay, now this shit's actually insane. I forgot, dude. How the fuck was there two people genuinely, like you have to, that's like a level of internet psychosis that I didn't even think was possible. And then when I saw on the news as a kid, people were like, no, like teachers were like, guys, you cannot play horror games. You cannot play Slenderman. Slenderman is banned from the school. And like this was an actual thing. Slenderman got banned from my elementary school, bro. Because of this.
Friend over this guy. If you believe this theory, I don't blame you.
I used to be so scared shitless of creepypastas. I would watch them all the time, but holy fuck.
Read a lot
no slender
TikTok
slander.
and Instagram,
Welcome back.
If you've seen my other videos, you should know is kind of a theme. Now I will say, there is actual evidence of humanoid creatures existing with our ancestors. They're called Neanderthals and other hominids. Now this is another theory people throw around, the other hominid theory as I like to call it. The theory that we developed a fear of ancient hominid species because
this makes most sense to me.
They look like us, but just a little off, and we competed with them. It's not a bad theory. Wizard. I mean, some of these guys do look a little freaky. Me personally, I don't find them that scary. But one of the main problems I have with this is
I don't think they're scary until you're out in the woods and it's nighttime and you're walking and then you just see one just standing there, buffer than you, stronger than you, just standing there staring at you, dude. You know, then your fight or flight kicks in. And you know that guy is gonna fucking grab your fucking arms and just, you know, I'd be scared shitless.
If we were so freaked out by these guys, why the hell do I have Neanderthal DNA? I mean, my ancestors bred with these guys. Plus, some of the things that are part of the uncanny valley do not look like some of these hominids.
Yeah, that's fair though. I would cage him and make bank off a zoo or circus. Yo, big dreamer, that is the most immoral shit I've ever heard. Neanderthals were basically almost humans. You would cage them and make your initial thought is the bread. Honestly, dreamer, not a bad idea. I would go visit a Neanderthal. I think circus is the move. Monkeys are not close to Neanderthals though, and I don't think it's right to have monkeys in a zoo either. Oh shit, mac and cheese again for days? What are you talking about? Oh shit, a zoo, but for horror creatures. Imagine visiting a xenomorph exhibit and then taking pictures with Bruce from Jaws. That would be fucking awesome. That would be, dude, an amusement park. Universal needs to hire you because that would actually be such a cool amusement park attraction.
And creatures might come from a prehistoric instinct to avoid corpses and sick people. And it makes sense when you think about it. Robots and dolls that look almost human often have stiff, unnatural movements and lifeless expressions. Freaky as hell. Kind of like someone who's sick or dead. The theory is that our brains still pick
that reminds me. Oh my god. We used to have I think it was a Spirit Halloween animatronic or something. And it was like this butler zombie. and I don't know why. Like my family called it schnittel, or schnitzel, or something like that. And it was the fucking freakiest thing. And I was like, it was just always there when I was growing up. Every like Halloween it would be pulled out, and then during Christmas it would stay out, just like in our fucking the front, the foyer. Giving it a name is even freakier. Yeah, dude, it was like schnittel, something like that. Freaky as fuck, man. Terrifying. Scared me so bad as a kid. I would be terrified to leave my room, going downstairs in the middle of the night and seeing schnittel, and it would talk. It was like an animatronic that would talk.
Up on these signals as a warning, just like it did for our ancestors.
Don't tell me I had a long lost brother that disappeared.
We're dealing with robots, dolls, weird CGI.
Thank you, Cheyenne. Appreciate you for subbing too.
I think this theory does make sense for a lot of cases. Take this for example, a prop of a severed head used for the show Dexter. Yes, it's fake, it's not real. Please, don't block my video again. It gives off some uncanny vibes, and it is supposed to be a recreation of a dead person, so it fits this theory. Honestly, a lot of Uncanny Valley images apply to this theory. For some examples, Momo with the shrink wrap, skull-like face and bulging eyes. This drawing by Sinister Scribbles, again a shrink wrapped, skull-like face with bulging eyes. That old YouTube video called My Dead Great Grandma's Coffin in My Own Backyard.
What? Why is he acting like that's a YouTube video, a classic that everyone knows about? What are we talking about here?
YouTube video called My Dead Great Grandma's Coffin in My Own Backyard, where that dude kisses a literal corpse. I'm not going to get more into that. If you know, you know.
That is some crazy YouTube lore. Holy shit.
And even the police sketch of the Baton Rouge serial killer almost looks like a pale dead body. It's even got the dark lips and exaggerated eye sockets.
What the fuck is that? That is creepy as hell.
Mystery solved, right? Well, I'm not entirely convinced. I know I said this for every other
If
theory.
you know, you know. No, you don't. No, you do not.
Though I don't really agree with this theory. Personally, though, I'm not totally convinced. I hate that opinion. Why the hell do I have Neanderthal DNA?
But I do definitely think this is the strongest theory so far. But there are a few examples that I can't quite fit into this theory. Specifically, CGI and deepfakes. Take a look at this image. Or this one. Some may say they're just a little weird, nothing too bad. Others may say they're scary. Personally, I don't mind them too much. I used to watch the Polar Express every Christmas as a kid, so maybe I'm just used to it. But I think we can all agree there's something off about them. But it's not because they look diseased or dead like the last theory.
It looks
they
ugly.
Just look off. So what could explain this?
Whoa. What are we doing here? Okay, this can stop. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Never mind, we can keep going. Send me straight into psychosis, please. Lovely thing to watch at 3 a.m. I don't know how you did it, oh. Creepy fun. What the hell is that?
Hominid phallusis, or more simply known as the doppelganger. A fictional creature concept created by user Ohio Pingu69, what a name, on r/speculative evolution. The doppelganger is a mammalian creature that evolved a particular fancy for human flesh, and relies on it solely.
Are we saying this thing is why? This thing is why we have this? This because of a Reddit post that some dude made a few years ago? We all have uncanny valley feeling. What?
As its food source. Evolving in Africa alongside humans, the doppelganger gained adaptations to help it hunt humans in the dark. A lanky body with long limbs that both helped it climb and reach speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour. Cushioned feet that absorb.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. One sec. Let's go back to this image right here. The feeling that images like this used to give you on the internet, like early on when you're in your like childhood, before you knew what the hell like CGI was or Photoshop was. Dude, I used to see stuff like this, especially when the internet was so unhinged. There wasn't like shit wouldn't get taken down. You just go on random ass websites, browsing. Then you see some shit like that and you're just fucking traumatized. Or you're 5 years old, you fall asleep watching Cartoon Network, and then you wake up in the middle of the night to Adult Swim and this shit's on the fucking TV during the commercial break, you know? But this kind of stuff used to scare the fuck out of me.
Ganger gained
That's a
long
cat,
limbs that both help to
cool.
climb and reach speeds up to 50 kilometers per hour, cushioned feet that absorb sound, and of course, a face that mimics that of a human. But would you be fooled by this? Probably not, right? I mean, it's got no eyebrows, it's completely pale, the eyes are a little far apart, it overall doesn't look too much like a human. But that's the point. This creature uses the
cup cases. The MLP animation is what that reminds me of. Watching free episodes on YouTube and then the recommended just giving you, dude, shit like that was always ridiculous. Same with like being a Sonic fan as a kid, bro. I saw things that no child should ever have to see because of being in the Sonic fandom, and it probably affected my psychological development. Me at 5 years old should not have been exposed to vor.
generates to bewilder its prey before attacking. Now, of course, this thing isn't real, but it's a good introduction to this theory as it distinguishes itself from the predator theory. This creature evolved adaptations to look like humans because it hunted humans. Things like Neanderthals and other hominids look like humans because we have a common ancestor. Or if we go the religious route, things like giants and folk creatures, for the most part, don't look like humans to trick them. They just look like humans because that's how they were created. That is what distinguishes the predator theory from the mimic theory. Now, the first idea in this theory is that in our very distant past, as in when we were little rodent things or even earlier, there was something that adapted to look similar to us in order to trick us into trusting it and prey on us. Similar to the doppelganger mentioned before, but way further in the past.
Content about
and
giants.
We just retain that fear.
I haven't seen theories on
the
that.
second idea is that something in our recent past has given us this fear, aka something that is purposely, with thought, imitating humans. Obviously, the main idea of this theory is something supernatural, like a shape-shifting cryptid or alien or something like that. But it could also have relation to the other hominid and disease theory. It could be that these other hominids, or maybe even other humans, wore...
The only way I think a mimic or something would make sense is if it was like some alien shit trying to blend in on our planet, you know? That would be a great... Oh, wait, isn't that what the Thing is about? I want to watch The Thing. I've heard amazing things about The Thing. Isn't it a mimic or something like that? Would you let someone body snatch you or let a skinwalker take you? What do you mean? No. What do you mean? Would you let someone body snatch you or let a skinwalker take you? Why would I want that?
Intimidate us or other tribes, and it has been ingrained in us to fear this imitation. There isn't much evidence backing up this theory. There's no evidence of non-hominid creatures mimicking humans, nor is there any evidence of the supernatural doing this. I mean, there's videos online, but most of that shit's fake, so not much of evidence. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you probably know that I like to debunk stuff. The Philadelphia experiment, Deloitte ape, and the theories of the body girl are all things I've tried to go through and find the truth for. With this, you'd think I'd do the same. I mean, it sounds kind of absurd when you look into it. Humans wearing other human skin, a supernatural shape-shifting creature, I mean, come on. But one night, I was really thinking to myself why I feared the uncanny valley. I was looking at this image specifically when I really tried to think about it, and I realized
that's
it doesn't make me uncomfortable because it looks like a dead person or soulless, or because I don't want to badoingle it, but because it looks like it's trying to mimic a human. And that is what makes me uncomfortable. And yet, I'm still not convinced. I know, I'm sorry. So you know what? enough of my opinions. Let's look at what the science has to say about it.
Okay, finally.
Okay, so I recorded and edited that last part before even writing this part. Little did I know I would not find much of anything that I haven't already said. I did find that the science for the uncanny valley is quite debated. In fact, the very existence of the uncanny valley, separate from other fears, is pretty debated. The most accepted theories by scientists seem to be the disease theory and, to my surprise, the mate selection theory. There are a lot of other theories out there. If you want to do more research, I've got some links in the description. But according to most sources I found, it's most likely the disease theory. But there really is no solid consensus on why we have this fear, which is why I made a video on it and why it fascinates me so much. It's something we really don't have a good grasp of. And it's something creepy that we don't have a good grasp of. So it just really gets me interested. But which theory do you believe in? Let me know in the comments. I know I kind of ragged on a couple of them, but if you look in between human and animal, physically unappealing, soulless, predatory, disease, mimicking humans, whatever. Me personally, I'm gonna go with the disease theory. I know, it's the one the scientists agree on, blah, blah, blah. But I also really like the human likeness theory. I think that one, it's very basic, but it makes sense to me. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't,
that was a pretty good video, y'all.